had to go and ask, didn't you?
Hey friends, I'm here with him. I just had my 5-year anniversary on YouTube, which I totally forgot was happening on like October 16th or something. And it dawned on me
What was it?
October 16th
What was it?
was my 5-year YouTube anniversary.
Dang. Congrats.
So anyway, it dawned on me, Nick and I have never done a Q&A together. By the way, this is Nick, my husband. Most of you know him, but for those of you who are new here, meet Nick. So I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions for us, and you came through, as you always do.
You came dealing them. Woo! Can someone say 52 card pickup?
So do you want to like take turns? Do you want me to read them all?
Don't matter.
Okay. How did you guys meet?
Our parents put our pumpkin seats next to each other, and I said, and
then I was like, yeah, we were around each other when we were babies, but I think we have to draw you guys a chart. There is a chart on in my Instagram highlights of how our families are connected, but long story short, my stepdad was once married to his mom. They had 2 daughters. They got a divorce. She had Nick with another man. Stepdad married my mom. I inherited those 2 daughters as my stepsisters and their next half-sisters.
It's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life.
So we really met for the first time, like as speaking, living, breathing children when we were 10 at his
sister's wedding.
No, at her when she was moving.
Oh, Tony we met at her wedding.
No,
we were dancing fools. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that was years later. We met in his sister's kitchen, and I walked in. I had always heard stories about him from my stepsisters would come home from their moms and talk about their brother, and I always thought he sounded like a psycho. And so when I finally met him, he was in the kitchen dancing to "Hey, da-da, baby, I got your money, don't you worry." And then we played Pokemon.
What's our favorite movie? Together or separate?
What does it say? What's y'all's favorite movie?
What's y'all's favorite movie?
One of the things we discovered when we were dating was that we both watched the same movie on repeat as kids, which was
Sandlot
and Breakfast Club. I also feel like we like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, like the Christian Bale Batman franchise.
What's the funniest story you guys have together? This one time that we were broke, we didn't have nothing to do, it was late. I think you might have been sad. Were you sad?
Yeah, I was a hairstylist and I had just come home from working and my soul was broken and we had $10 to our name. We had a $10 bill to our name.
Yeah, to our name, that's right. So we were just driving around and in the park they had all these lights up there, like a big light show, and we're like, let's just drive through there, that'll cheer us up. We drove through and sure enough it was cool, like it was this light show and this thing was going on and it was so neat, and we got through it in about, like 15 minutes? Mm-hmm. There's just a little roundabout thing, and when we got towards the end, somebody cut us off, like stood in our way, and we're like, what's happening? And they come up to our window and they're like, that'll be $9.
There was no sign anywhere that said it cost money.
I even considered gassing it.
And then I bawled my eyes out. Which I guess is actually kind of a sad story, but now we laugh our butts off.
Oh, we love that story. Which one left us with $1?
We were so insanely poor in our 20s.
20s
party.
20s. I'm gonna party 20s.
Bank account was constantly overdrawn. We went through so much struggle at that time.
The key is to laugh about it.
It taught us a lot.
Yeah.
My turn?
Or did it?
Maybe not. I don't want to be offensive, but I've always wondered why Nick has a big scar on his head. And I hear this one all the time, so we should...
How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Can't believe you guys asked that. Just kidding.
Turns out my mother was a bartender. And he's...
Babe, no. Nope. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth? I didn't have a soft spot when I was born. Apparently you need one. My mom flew all the way to New York. They cut me from ear to ear, pulled my face down. My eyes were dangling. So they cut me from ear to ear, cut me out triangle shape here for whatever reason, because you'd think it would be here, but it wasn't. Oh, I didn't have temples either.
You didn't have temples?
I was all solid. I was supposed to go back and get cut from here to here. My mom said, I was 6 months old, my mom said she didn't want to have me covered in scars. And it worked out, I guess. Landed this sucker over here, huh?
This sucker. But you can see where they gave him a soft spot in some photos.
Yeah, watch. Oops. How are you two so cute? I think it's her fashion and her hair and her face and her nose, her lips, her eyes.
Wow.
And I'm so cute because... spitting image of my mother. What is your biggest piece of marital advice?
My biggest piece of marriage advice is to exercise patience.
I thought you were going to just exercise, be in shape for one another. You gotta keep that body fit and tight.
Yeah, that would be an oxymoron coming from me. Exercise patience and don't expect perfection from each other. Don't gripe about the small stuff. Don't criticize. This is a lot of advice, but just
one thing, babe. Come on, hone it in. Bring it to one.
Patience.
Patience.
Have patience with your significant other. Remember that they're human. Don't expect perfection.
Yeah.
What's yours?
I guess just go back to the classic, like I always say. Allow yourself to miss each other. When you miss somebody, you get along. I feel like you're well behaved.
I did not think that's what he was gonna say. Before, when my viewers asked this, you said it ain't always about being right.
It ain't all about being right either. It's not all about being right. You know, if you go to work, you don't have to call them every single day on lunch and say, hey, sup, what are you doing?
Working.
Oh, yeah.
Lunch break. Yeah, like when we go on trips and stuff, we barely talk.
Separate trips.
Yeah. I mean, we do, but we don't have to be up each other's butts 24/7. Next one says, what is your favorite thing about each other?
Physical?
Sure, let's do physical and non-physical. Like, my favorite thing about him as a person is that he is outstanding when it comes to being an emotional support system, which I think is pretty rare. In fact, I'm close to a lot of women whose husbands aren't that for them, and it just makes me appreciate it so much. Like, he deals with a lot of emotions for me. I cry, I have mood swings. He's not afraid of them, he doesn't back down, he comforts me and always has the best advice, literally he can solve any problem in your life. He doesn't even have to think about it. He's like, this is what you should do. I could feel like the world is crashing down around me and he's like, no, it ain't no big deal, just this, and this. And I'm like, okay. That's my favorite thing about him.
That's why you keep me around.
And then my favorite thing about him physically is that freaking dimple, man.
What is it?
Nope. Yep.
You can't have it.
And he's so broad. Look at these broad shoulders.
Actually, we measured, and me and Channing and Dante are all the same.
How many inches are you all? We're talking about shoulders
We can't
here.
talk about that on camera. I can't remember.
I like everything about him physically. When he's looking in the natural light, he's got these baby blue eyes.
She really likes this.
He really likes mine too. Okay, your turn.
Man, shoot, where do I begin? Favorite thing, non-physical. I think my favorite thing about you is probably your ability to...
I'm nervous.
It's like, how do you pick a favorite, you know? It seems like lately, you know, because we have somebody that we know that's going through something in their marriage, and then when I'm looking back and I'm reflecting on ours, I'm always just so appreciative that you are considerate and you're compassionate and you're thoughtful. And I feel like you're grounded. I feel like you see people and you're like, you do protect me by being like, no, this is this and this is a personality flaw, and no, what they're doing is this, and you know, hey, you don't want to, you know, it's like you look out for me.
Wow, how about that? Thanks.
And then physical, phew. I feel like everything I like, you don't like.
Like what?
Like, I love all your unique features. You know, you think these are too big. You know, these mamas, you think your lips are...
You can say boobs.
You think... Yeah, your mamas. You think your mamas are too big, but I think they're perfect. You're just blessed with voluptuousness and daddy-like. Nailed it. Is married life fun?
It's fun now, but it was a struggle the first few years, I feel like.
No, I think it's friggin' fun. It's fun definitely in the beginning, and then you gotta figure each other out, and then it's fun when you do figure each other out.
It was not fun in the beginning.
The very beginning, you know.
Dating. But after we got married, it was like rough, I feel like, for a few years. When we lived at that little 1-bedroom apartment, we were broke. We were like getting to know each other. I think we both were like, uh-oh. But then it worked out so well. No marriage is always fun all the time.
Is it fun? Yes.
Yes. Is it hard working with each other? I'd say it's 90% easy.
I think it's easy because, you know what I mean? Like, I know what you need and you know what I need. And I feel like if she's down, I'm excited. I look forward to picking her up. What's it going to be this time? Is it going to be the way I say this? Is it the way I do that? Is that the way I grab her here? You know, something. And then I love that it's the same in reverse. It's like, oh, he needs a little pick-me-up. He needs this or he needs that. You just know each other. So it's like, it works out so great.
Yeah, we really do work really well together. We laugh a lot. My only hang up is my ego, I guess it is. Like, I don't really like being directed at all by anybody because I've been doing this on my own for so long that I'm kind of like, and because I'm the most comfortable with him, if he gives me direction, yeah, I've gotten frustrated a few times.
What is your favorite vacation destination?
We've only gone on like 2 vacations together.
3, 4.
We went to Colorado, we went to Thailand, and we went to Mexico.
Went to Florida.
Oh yes, okay. I would say Thailand.
I'd say Colorado.
Colorado was, that was our only trip alone, right? Every other time we've gone with friends. And that was spectacular and beautiful. And the only reason I'm not voting that is because I couldn't breathe there at all.
Whitewater rafting.
Yeah, the whitewater rafting was
cried.
amazing. I cried.
Insert the clip. What's the matter, baby?
I cried when I first got on there because I was terrified, but it was the time of my life. And I was ready to like up the danger level by the time we were done. Okay, this was the second most common one is, do you want children? We just don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like we don't have all the time in the world to decide, which bums me out. Like, I feel like personally, he probably wants them a little bit more than me, but I also know, like, if I had a baby, I would obviously be ecstatic, but I don't have that need. I don't feel like something's missing in my life. I don't have that need to be a mom, but I'm not opposed to it either.
They say willing and wanting is 2 different things.
Oh, do they? I feel like you have gone back and forth. You have moments where you want them, and then when we have someone else's kids over, you're like, I don't want kids.
When you hold a well-behaved child, it's nice, but then when they're not very well disciplined, it's unfortunate.
Also have 4 nephews and an honorary niece and nephew. We really like that and playing with them and loving them and then giving them back. That would be weird. We've been married next month for 11 years. It's only been the 2 of us. The thought of bringing another person into our life. I am also absolutely terrified of pregnancy and childbirth and like all the issues I already have with my body. I have so much fear. I would just live in fear all the time that something would happen to my baby. I just don't know.
What was your first date?
I know we went to Pasta House, and I know we went to see the movie Year One with Jack Black and Michael Cera, and that was not awkward, I don't think. Unless you count that time that you walked into my parents' house, asked if I wanted to go to that music store with you, and your car blew up.
Yes, I insisted on driving. I was going to be the perfect gentleman.
Who liked who first? He liked me first. I don't know why he's not answering this.
I was thinking about how I was going to word it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Of course I liked you more.
Not more.
First. Well, it's interesting because you were my first love, first and only. And I was your 7th.
Oh my god. Technically, you were the second serious relationship I'd ever had, but my first...
So I was just like, ooh, a pretty girl. Infatuation.
And he thought I blew him off at an assembly, and I had a red coat.
She did.
I did not. I was late.
I said, hey, see you. She was like,
oh, you're so full of it.
my friend's over there.
First of all, I had no friends. Second of all, I was late. I walked in, I saw him, and I go, hey, hi. And then I went to my seat like a nice, respectable girl.
I thought we were going to have this moment that was like,
You're so tall.
favorite STL restaurant.
We like the Melting Pot.
Jack in the Box is really good. Diet Dr. Pepper.
We went to the Melting Pot for our first anniversary, and I had to split it between 2 credit cards because we were so broke. And then I took him to Jim Gaffigan, and he fell asleep. Nick, who are your favorite Jaime characters? As in Tammy or Trish?
Or Jamie.
Oh yeah,
Or
Jamie.
Peggy. I'm gonna go Peggy. If you remember correctly, I thought maybe Tammy had to go because I was scared she was gonna get way too famous.
But she didn't.
But she didn't. And now I love her to death. Usually, I'm like, be Tammy.
Yeah, he encourages it.
But Tammy, no, Tammy's like all-time classic that I feel like we put a lot of thought energy.
You were the one that came up with Tammy's hairstyle. Like, remember I had it parted down the middle? Like, I had been doing it for a few years, just the voice and everything, and I would just say, like, she was my alter ego. But then when I finally brought her to social media, I had her hair parted down the center, and I had my glasses on, and you were like, that's not Tammy Sandwich. And he told me to push it all back, and it was freaking genius.
Tammy Sandwich. And show.
I imagine she sings a lot around the house. Does Jamie get annoying?
No.
You can be honest.
She don't. I love when you sing.
Yeah, I think people think that I'm really annoying based off of that video where I called you a bunch of names, but they don't know the names that you call me.
She likes some of them. I'm not gonna say for brains. For brains.
We tease each other all the time. Most annoying thing about each other.
I think it's annoying, but it's sweet that you apologize to the animals. Full on apologies.
Well, they deserve it. My biggest pet peeve with Nick is that he could win an award for slamming doors. His door slams shake the entire house. I could be dead asleep 17 rooms over, and I'll jerk awake from the door slamming. Even our friends noticed it. Remember when we stayed at Amber and Benji?
No, what happens is, I swear to you.
You slammed all the cabinets and woke everybody up?
Yeah, I know, but what happens is, as I swear to you, I'll grab it and I'll shut it, and as I'm turning my back, it's dawning on me that's gonna slam, and I go, and it's too late.
Going back to my original tip about marriage, about not expecting perfection, I stopped complaining about it after a few years because I just knew it was never going to change. How did you know he or she was the one? I was on the fence, was kind of wishy-washy, broke up with him a few times. One night we were on my parents' back porch. He played a Johnny Cash song on the guitar, Ring of Fire, and he sang with this deep, sensual, masculine voice, and I was just looking at him and I was like, I got this tall, handsome, hilarious, deep-voiced man who is obsessed with me. What am I doing?
Hook, line, and sinker.
And I think I know your answer of when you knew I was the one, but I'm gonna...
Let's hear it.
I think it's when I took my nails off to play guitar with you. 10 points.
It goes to show you beauty's only skin deep.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't matter. Beauty's nothing. And then she did a burnout on her dad's Harley, and I was like...
That's Tammy. The last question is from my sister, and it says, can you show us what Nick does when he wants something? Are you willing to show my viewers?
I go like this.
He becomes a penguin.
Works every time, guys.
It does not matter how mad I am at him. If he becomes a penguin, I'm like, all right, what do you want?
Put that in your notes, guys. Pull that, put it in your pocket. When you're not getting what you want, you unfold that thing. Look at that. Be a penguin.
We are gonna save the rest for maybe a part 2 or something.
Round 2.
We didn't talk about music. We didn't talk about so many things I wanted to talk about. So we'll have to do this again. So thanks guys for being here and being so interested in this cutie. Thank you again to everybody who sent questions. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
We're both left-handed.
Both like to play music.
We're both bad with money. We're both bad with cleaning. We don't like to cook. So when you read the question, it should be like clear and... Were you drinking?
No. What?
Were you drinking earlier?
No.
Your voice sounds different all of a sudden.
Because I'm in front of a camera.
I'm so hot.
Yeah, you are. How's it guys me? How's it guys me? How's it guys me? How's it guys me? How's it guys me?
Why do you have to fart when it's hot in here? I'm trying to make the cricket sound.
You. Go to Applebee's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Restaurant Connoisseur. You enlighten us with the best restaurant in St. Louis.
I prefer... You looked fantastic. Where are you going?
Like a football player.
Baby, we're not going to do this because it's going to be silly.
This is so cute.
Yes.
My fat roll. Don't! So we've been married almost 11 years, but together, I can't do math. 2009.
We got together at 19, now we're 32.
No, Susan Boyle's amazing.
Alright.
Did you just say your sister did that?
Yeah. Jill made a video like that.
No, I made a video like that on Vine, and that's a freaking annoying thing I hate about him, is that he takes things I've done or said and assigns them to other people.
I'm pretty sure my sister did it too. I'm pretty sure I can find you.
You think your sister got on camera and goes,
and acted like an idiot. Yeah, no. It was me.
And
because that's gonna make the... Every time you do that, you're messing with the mic. The mic is picking all that up. Baby!
you're messing everything up.
Sorry. You said that was it.